What's up, guys? This is Melodic Punk back again after a long bit of a break from making videos, but this time I'm here with a special treat. I have my 2024 complete Legend of Zelda collection. Been wanting to do this video for a while since the previous one back in February 2023, but I wanted to wait until it kind of accumulated a little bit more before I start making it. So a lot of the newer items in this collection were bought after or around the time that Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom came out. I haven't really done much in 2024 to build this collection, so a lot of this came after around the time period when Tears of the Kingdom came out. So we're going to kind of go over and show everything. I'm mainly going to be talking about the items that were not previously in the other video, and then I'll probably go through and talk about the games and so on and so forth. So for those that don't know, and they're probably watching me for the first time, Legend of Zelda is my favorite video game franchise of all time. I grew up playing with it since age of 4. I actually connected with a lot of family members through this game. My grandma actually beat Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, believe it or not. Whenever I was really young, she would play right in front of me and my cousins, and she even had the game FAQs walkthrough when she was going through her playthrough of that game. And she also had Majora's Mask, and then once we got her the Wii, she played Twilight Princess. So yeah, Zelda's been a very big thing that's been important in my life. I've actually done a video with Level 1 Gaming all the way back in 2021, kind of talking about growing up with the Legend of Zelda series. But anyways, let's go ahead and get started. And one of the new things that I got in the collection is this right here. This is the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Nintendo Switch OLED. When the Switch OLED came out, I bought it after around the time I beat Metroid Dread, and then I decided to go ahead and get a Switch OLED. But when they announced the Tears of the Kingdom Edition console, I went and I decided to trade in to get this one, just because Zelda is my favorite franchise, so I wanted the Zelda Switch. And it has the gold Joy-Cons and all that stuff on there, and this is best. This, to me, is one of the best. This is one of the best Nintendo Switch special editions out there. The Splatoon one looks really cool, but in my opinion, this is one of the coolest special editions. And not just because it's Zelda, but because of the dock design and the Joy-Cons and everything. So I really love this system. I'm going to put this one over to the side. And somewhere around here, I have the Skyward Sword Joy-Cons. I've mentioned this in my previous video, but around the time Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD came out for the Nintendo Switch, I decided to go ahead and pick up the Joy-Cons for it. One's after the Hylian Shield. So around the time when Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword came out for the Switch, I did pick up the Joy-Cons. This is the Master Sword and the Hylian Shield Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons, and these are really cool special editions. I did have these on my system for a little bit, but once I got the Tears of the Kingdom system, those are basically the only Joy-Cons on there. I do want to kind of get a set of regular Joy-Cons, so that way I'm not risking any damage to the Zelda Edition Joy-Cons, but yeah, I have these as well. I'll go ahead and put these to the side. Along with the Tears of the Kingdom Edition console, I have the Tears of the Kingdom Switch OLED case. Nothing too fancy, but got that there. And then for my regular Nintendo Switch, I have this brown Breath of the Wild leather Nintendo Switch case. It's really good condition. I actually got this pretty cheap at like a flea market. I said farmer's market. I meant to say flea market. Also, I have the Tears of the Kingdom Switch Pro controller. Around the time when Tears of the Kingdom came out, I went all out. I got the limited edition console, I got the Pro controller, and the special edition, which we'll get to. So yeah, this is my main Pro controller right now. This little USB thing right here I have, it's for the charging dock station for my Pro controller. That way I don't have to have cables flying around. Once I'm done using this, I just place this on the dock and it starts charging my controller. Really good thing to have if you have a Switch. One of the latest editions I have the Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom Hyrule Gold Switch Lite. I wasn't originally going to buy this, but the main reason I bought this was it was $220, which $220 is $220, but this had a free year of the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, and since mine was about to expire in October, I was like, I might as well just go ahead and pick it up. So I haven't used the Switch Lite. I don't know if I'm going to. I might keep it in the case, although it would be kind of stupid for me. I use all my other Zelda Switch consoles, so I might open this up and play certain games on this one. But I did open this up to redeem the the free online pass that comes with it, because, you know, it's a free online pass, plus you get a cool Switch Lite out of it. So, put that to the side. And then here's the box for the Tears of the Kingdom limited edition Switch OLED. It's a really cool box. I do kind of want to get box protectors for all the box items here, but again, it's something I don't need a rush to do right now, but I do have all my boxes for the Zelda stuff that's available. Let's see. Tears of the Kingdom, Nintendo Switch, little Pro Controller handles. Hori makes these. These are really cool. I don't use them as much as I want to, but if I feel like my hands are cramping from playing in handheld mode, these are good for certain games. So I got the Zelda editions of those. I'm not really going in any particular order, so we're just going to kind of play it by ear along the way. This right here, Majora's Mask wallet. I had this since middle school. Majora's Mask 3DS pen. I actually have this pen. I kept the pen in the box for a long time, but I actually have this on my battle jacket for whenever I'm like going to shows and whatnot. And this right here is the Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom Collector's Edition. When the Switch first came out, I was really trying to get the Collector's Edition for Breath of the Wild, and unfortunately I was not able to get that. And I got really lucky on getting this Collector's Edition. The couple hours before the midnight release at my GameStop, I went in and I asked to see if there was any more limited edition Collector's Edition available for pre-order. They had one, so I canceled my pre-order of the regular edition, and I got this one. And this one comes with a lot of cool stuff. It came with like a metal poster. It came with a cool steelbook and everything. I have everything in the box right here. And the coolest thing that my GameStop did is they had these like little attendance vouchers right here for those that are buying the Collector's Edition. This is basically to show that you have an official certificate to get one of these. So they even had all these laminated. So it was a really cool thing to have to commemorate the launch of Tears of the Kingdom. I was super excited for this game. I came with my Highland Shield and Master Sword replicas at the store. So because of that, I got some additional items. Because I came dressed up for the event, I didn't have a costume or anything. I just came in with the Master Sword and Highland Shield. They had these, GameStop employees had these Explorer scarves that they were wearing at the event, and they had an additional one available. So basically anybody who was cosplaying or had items with them from Zelda, they had a chance to get one of these. And since I came in with some Zelda weapons, I got a free Explorer scarf right there. And this is one of the promotional items that I have. So really, really awesome event. I had an amazing time. There was also, and I might as well go ahead and wear this for the rest of the video. It's the little tattoo thing with the rune and all that stuff from the game. They were passing these out to everybody at the event as well, because when Link gets his hand infected and all that stuff, they had like sleeves for these. It's been a while since I played Tears of the Kingdom, so I forgot all the lore terms for it, but we got one of these as well. If I'm moving too fast through this, guys, I apologize, but we got a lot of stuff to go through. Some more promotional items. I got this at a Best Buy Nintendo event, but this is a card promoting the Splatoon 3 Zelda Splatfest. I think I didn't really play much of this Splatfest, but I went with Team Courage because of Link. The Nintendo rep getting me 2 of these. I put one of these on my guitar case, and this is just a Link from Tears of the Kingdom. It's one of those stickers things right there, so I got one of those. And I got this Club Nintendo, or My Nintendo Award. So the room right here from Tears of the Kingdom. Got a keychain from that. From the Best Buy Nintendo event, I got these character cards. This one had Link right on the front of it, so I just grabbed this one. Is that Link? And then from the random flea market that I went to, they had like these Zelda keychain bookmarker things, so I got one of these. Then from pre-ordering Skyward Sword HD at Best Buy, I got some tech decals. I haven't really used them, but Skyward Sword tech decals right here. And then from pre-ordering Echoes of Wisdom, I got a fabric poster from GameStop. I have it in the case still. I haven't decided if I'm going to open it up or not. And then since I pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom at GameStop, I also got the wooden plaque from the game as well. So on top of getting all the amiibo during the launch event that was available, and actually I don't think I got amiibo at the launch event. On top of getting the collector's edition and getting the wooden plaque and getting the promotional items and everything, I also since I was in that hype phase right around the last hour waiting for Tears of the Kingdom, I actually bought this Majora's Mask figurine, which unfortunately the horn keeps on falling off. I need to super glue that back on. So I got a replica Majora's Mask. There's a stand that comes with this, but I keep this stand in my office because this is normally at my desk at my office at my job. But I decided to bring it home just to show everybody. So Majora's Mask, this is not the one that lights up. I do want to get the one that lights up, but it's definitely not a priority. I don't really collect figurines and stuff that much. I have some of the Zelda stuff over here, but it's not really my forte, buying figures and all that stuff when I can put that money towards other things. But Majora's Mask right here. We'll go ahead and put that right there for now. And then amiibo cards. These are things that you can get on Amazon, mainly for like Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild. I use these to unlock all the bonus amiibo items. Now, I do have all the Zelda amiibos. We're about to go through that, but I did get these just in case I need to like quickly grab something so I can unlock items in Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. So we'll put those to the side. Kind of going out of order here. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD music soundtrack. This came with my copy of Twilight Princess HD. And this I got off Amazon. This was from the 30th anniversary of Legend of Zelda. And this is like, got a bunch of Japanese text, but this is all the game collection music up to the Triforce Heroes at that time. I did a whole separate video talking about this music CD and unboxing this, but it was for a decent price on Amazon at the time, so I figured why not. Get into our keychain. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some of the literature stuff out of the way that's right here. I have all 11 volumes of the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess manga set. I know they're coming out with a box set for the Twilight Princess manga. That's going to come with like an additional poster and stuff, but I have every single copy of the books right here, so I'm not going to go after that. I'm on volume 9 of the manga for Twilight Princess, and as much as there's certain things I don't like about the Twilight Princess game, such as the pacing and the wolf and all that stuff, but the story in Twilight Princess is phenomenal, and one of the reasons why I love the manga so much is that it gives a lot more characterization of Link, and there's a lot more references to Ocarina of Time in this manga series, and yeah, the manga authors are really, really good at adapting Zelda stories, so this has been a cool read. I need to get back and finish up Volume 9 so I can finish the rest of the series, but we got that right there. And right here, this was in the previous video, I have the Legend of Zelda manga set, Legendary Collection. It comes in this nice chest. When you open it, it's supposed to play the treasure chest sound, but I think my unit's broken. So, all these basically are the Zelda manga that are in hard copies. The first couple pages are in color. So, like Majora's Mask, first couple pages are in color, and then the rest of the book is in black and white on some very nice high quality paper. I don't keep these out on the shelf. I just keep them in the treasure chest box so that way they stay maintained. I think the only one I haven't read through when I first initially read through the Zelda manga was Phantom Hourglass. That's just because I don't really care for Phantom Hourglass as a game, but it's something I might go and read through again. And they do have a box set for the black and white versions, but I'm not going after those because I have the definitive copies of those books right there. Right here, Triforce lamp. This one uses micro USB and it's a little lamp and everything, so I keep this usually on top of the bookshelf. And then during Christmas one year, I got this little sack drawstring thing with a Link from Breath of the Wild on here. I normally keep like all the figures and like smaller like promotional item stuff in here just because I don't really have room to like display everything, nor do I have the desire to display every single thing. So whatever Zelda stuff I want to just like shove in there, like the promotional items, all that stuff, I usually keep in here. Oh, what else? Legend of Zelda Uno. I actually have 2 decks of these. So yeah, Legend of Zelda Uno, really fun. And then we'll kind of go from onward over here. Bokoblin from Wind Waker action figure. I actually got this from when Toys R Us was going bankrupt. So this ended up being super cheap. I have a Toon Link plushie right here. And then got that right there. And then I have a Tingle plush that a friend bought for me. And on top of that, I have the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD console box. I got this on a birthday when they first dropped the price of the Wii U. And around the time I bought the Wii U, there wasn't really anything that was exciting me until they showed the Wind Waker HD remake. So at that point, I hopped on board the Wii U train. But Wii U is a very underrated console. Both the Zelda remakes are kind of going up in price, which luckily I have both. And with the console, I also have the gamepad. I have a regular black Wii U gamepad that I bought at a used game store, so this one I don't really use as much. But yeah, I do have the Zelda Wii U gamepad physically right here. And I have the console box for the limited edition. And right on top of here, this is one of the more recent items that I got. This is the Legend of Zelda Gold Edition Nintendo DS Lite. This is I forgot how comfortable the DS Lite is. I used to have a DS Lite when I was a kid growing up. I had it in the black model. I haven't played much of the DS library, to be honest with you, and I want to get back into playing it. This thing holds a charge, but the battery's dying, and I did get a DS charger with this thing, but it's not charging the system, so I may have to resolder the charging port right here, or just get a separate DS, or do something, so yeah, I do have the DS Lite, but it's in need of repair, unfortunately. And then right here, I have a red new 3DS XL, but that unit's no longer working. So right here, I have the Japanese version of the new 3DS Majora's Mask Edition. This thing is my favorite 3DS limited edition. I love Majora's Mask. I remember me and my buddy Mike back in high school, we were super hyped about the Majora's Mask remake. We went out, like, after the big, like, get-together that we were having at our high school, we went home to his place and just played Majora's Mask 3DS together, noticed all the small changes and everything. This is an awesome system right here. I have this 3DS modded for multiple reasons. One, it's because of Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Anniversary Edition was download only, and the eShop is no longer available on 3DS, so I have that game on here along with a bunch of other stuff. And because this is a Japanese system, I did modify this unit to be region-free. So basically, I'm able to play all my American games and all that other stuff on here. So right here, everything's in English despite it being a Japanese unit. 3DS homebrew. One of the reasons why 3DS consoles are kind of going up in price is because they're no longer making them and they're super easy to mod through system software. So 3DSs, if you can get them, try to get them as cheap as possible, and definitely try to pick up the Zelda ones that you can get. I would like to get the other Zelda systems, but I'm perfectly okay with just having the Majora's Mask one, just because 3DS is kind of going up a whole bunch in price, and I can't really justify trying to get every single 3DS Zelda unit. Okay. Majora's Mask puzzle. I got this on sale at a half-price books. I'm not really much of a puzzle person. I might try to put this together at some point, but for now, it's sealed in a box. And then we'll go ahead and go through a stack of games. Again, I'm kind of just like eyeing everything on the table and just kind of going through everything. You're going to see B-roll of the entire table before I get started with everything. So if you've seen that earlier in the video, you kind of know what to expect going forward. Legend of Zelda for NES. This I have the gold cartridge for. And where I got the cases are from CustomGameCases.com. I didn't want to just lay the cartridges out, so I went to CustomGameCases.com. You can get like these cool plastic shells for almost any system imaginable. So these are the NES boxes. With that, I got Zelda 2, also in a custom game case. Gold cartridge. And then the manual actually came from the gray cartridge of Zelda 2 that I got. So I just decided to combine the two together. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This is not the player choice one, this is just the regular version of it. And then Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild on Wii U. This is the last game Nintendo published on the Wii U. For some reason, if you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you can get Breath of the Wild for like $20 on the Wii U. But if you have the Switch, you might as well play the Switch version. But this was the intended system that this game was supposed to play on. I, like many others, played Breath of the Wild on Switch at launch, but I did get a Wii U copy just to kind of memorialize the Wii U, I guess, and to complete the Zelda collection. Hyrule Warriors, got this at launch back when it came out in, I think it was like 2014, if I remember. Got this when it first released. Really fun spinoff of the the Warrior series of games. If you're going to play this nowadays, get the Switch version just because it has all the DLC and all the content, and it runs it at a lot better frame rate. But this is a really cool collaboration. Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess HD. It's kind of my least favorite out of all the 3D Zeldas, but it's still an amazing game, especially from a story standpoint alone. I just recently did a playthrough of this game last year, and yeah, it's a cool game. This is a game I wish it would get a port to Switch. Same with Wind Waker. I wish they would go ahead and do the Wii U port, but if you do not have this or Wind Waker HD on Wii U, I would try to get them as soon as possible or wait till the Switch versions eventually come out because these are going up in price. My Wii U came with a digital copy of Wind Waker HD, but I have a Nintendo Selects copy just to have a physical copy of the game. And the Wii version of Twilight Princess, I got this for like $15. Complete box copy. And then Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword for Nintendo Wii. I don't have the soundtrack with this game, unfortunately, but it's all good. Go put that to the side. We'll go ahead and get the rest of the games out of the way. Legend of Zelda headphones for Nintendo Switch. This is when Breath of the Wild came out. This is the gold Legend of Zelda Wii remote for when Skyward Sword came out. It has the Wii Motion Plus on the inside. I do need to get a remote jacket for this, but I don't really use this Wii remote that much just because I don't want the paint smearing off and everything, but Wii remote. And then right here, I have a gold copy of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. This is one of the newer items I picked up last year. I do need to get the rest of the label stuff off with Goo Gone, but this is what I have right here. And then, like in the previous video, I have a sealed, not a sealed copy. Definitely, I have a complete in-box copy of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I put it in a protector case. Ocarina of Time is one of my favorite games of all time. I've told this story previously, and I actually still have my grandma's copy of Ocarina of Time put away. This game means the world to me, and for me to get a complete in-box copy of it, I'm very glad to own this. Ocarina of Time is a quintessential game that brought me into gaming in the first place, along with Super Mario 64, and yeah, this is one of my favorites of all time, and I can't wait to play it through again. But I prefer Majora's Mask. I love Majora's Mask. It's one of my favorite games of all time currently. I have the collector's edition, complete in box. I have it in a little box protector just to kind of preserve it. I do have the analog 3D pre-ordered, so the next time I play through the N64 version of Majora's Mask, it's going to be on the analog 3D N64 console, and yeah, Majora's Mask is going to be one of the first games I play through again. And I found this at a local game store. This is a box copy of the Japanese version of Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. N64 games from Japan are significantly cheaper than the US counterparts. Like, complete in-box N64 games you can get from like $20 to $30. Loose cartridges you can get for like $10 or less. Box copies of N64 games, nowhere near those prices, but yeah, complete in-box copy of the Japanese version of Ocarina of Time. Very happy to own that. I don't really go after the whole lot of regional different stuff unless it's like something exclusive. Like, I have the Famicom copies of Legend of Zelda 1 and 2, but the only reason I found this is because, like I said, I found it for a good price. The only other Japanese copy of Zelda games I want to get are Zelda 1 on the Famicom cartridge, and then a Super Famicom copy of A Link to the Past. Other than that, I'm not really trying to go after a complete Japanese set, at least not right now, just because I have all the American stuff. The one thing I do have that's not going to be in this video, but I'll probably post a small update, I have the 3 Tingle games, the Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land and the other 2 Tingle games. I did get Japanese imports of those. I know the first one that you can get in Europe, and the European price for that game is kind of up there, so I got all 3 of the Japanese versions for like $60, so those will be added into the collection, but they're not here present in this video. Just kind of a side tangent. Legend of Zelda promotional disc, collector's edition, whatever you want to call it, complete in box. This is something that's really cool to own. Again, I have pretty much the original copies of all these games, so I don't really use this one too much other than to just have for the Zelda collection and for GameCube collection overall. The original copy of Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, again, I need to take these price tags off with Goo Gone just to kind of make them more presentable. Complete in-box copy. I don't really go back to the GameCube copy a lot just because, for me, the Wii version is a superior version of this game, so I don't play the GameCube version that much, but I'm still glad to own it. Twilight Princess on GameCube. This is probably one of the most expensive items in my collection. I got this at a half-price books for about $120. I'm not proud to admit that. This is around this was in the first Zelda collection video, so some of y'all know. It is complete in box. So my issue with the HD release of this game is I felt like there's a little bit of input lag on the HD version of Twilight Princess. So if I play through Twilight Princess HD again, if there's not a Switch version coming out anytime soon, I'll probably play the GameCube version. But the GameCube version is really cool. I do like this game, but it sucks at this. For it being one of the last Nintendo published GameCube games, it sucks that this game is going for a lot. Another one that's kind of going up in price, Legend of Zelda 4 Swords Adventures. I don't have the manual for this one. This is a game I do want to play through at some point. Unfortunately, there's no way I'm going to be playing the whole multiplayer experience anytime soon, so I do want to go through the single player. It's not that long of a game, but I'm glad that I own it. And then this I actually got for a decent price at a half-price book. So this is Ocarina of Time Master Quest. This was only released if you pre-ordered Wind Waker back in the day. Again, I got to get the price tag thing off of it, but it is a complete inbox copy. I have not played through Master Quest yet, although if I am going to go through Master Quest, I might go through the 3DS version because it mirrors the entire game on top of the Master Quest dungeons. So, very glad to own it though. It's really, a lot of the GameCube stuff is complete copies with the manuals and everything except for 4 Swords Adventures. So, everything Zelda on GameCube. GameCube's one of my favorite consoles of all time. It sucks nowadays overall in terms of the GameCube landscape that everything's kind of getting expensive, but I have all the Zelda stuff, and that's the most important thing for me when it comes to GameCube. As mentioned before, great cartridge of Zelda 2, great cartridge of Zelda 1, Game & Watch Legend of Zelda Edition. I still have not opened this just because I have tons of ways of playing Zelda 1. Last time I played through Zelda 1 was on Switch Online. As mentioned before, Zelda Hyrule Fantasy, aka Legend of Zelda for the Famicom Disk System. I don't have a Famicom Disk System, but I do have a top loader of Nintendo Famicom. I need to find a way to get a disk system, but the problem with disk systems is they tend to break down a lot, so that's why I don't have that. But I do have a top loader Famicom that I bought. So, Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Link's Crossbow Training, it's just a shooting gallery thing. Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I'm still playing through this game right now. I'm about halfway through the game. I just got done with Alden Volcano. This is a really good game. I'm surprised of how good it is. The exploration is fun. The puzzle solving is really fun with the Echoes. My only main complaint with this game, and this is probably going to affect my future playthroughs, I'm not a big fan of using Echoes for combat. Yes, there's ways where you can use a sword and shield in this game, but the combat, using the Echoes to fight in the game kind of makes it a little bit frustrating every time I'm in a combat encounter, but everything else does amazing for a 2D Zelda. Great exploration, great puzzle solving in the dungeons, but I'm not a big fan of the combat, so that's like the big major point off for me on this game. Which is Zelda Link's Awakening Remake, just like with Echoes of Wisdom, is developed by Grezzo. This is a really good remake of Link's Awakening. Unfortunately, the problems with this game kind of went into the problems of Echoes of Wisdom. The frame rate kind of dips a lot. It's not as bad with this one, but it's definitely noticeable with Echoes of Wisdom, so hopefully the next Switch console that we get will address it, but otherwise, Link's Awakening is an amazing remake. Cadence of Hyrule, Crypt of the Necrodancer featuring Legend of Zelda. I played around with this a little bit. It has some awesome remixes of a lot of the music from Zelda, including one of my favorite video game guitarist covers artists, Family Jewel 7X. He does the soundtrack in this game, along with 3 other people. This is a game I actually want to sit down and beat. I played a little bit of it. It's really cool. It's a rhythm-based game similar to the style of Zelda, but they actually did the Zelda mashup together this time. So this is a really cool game. I think it's a roguelike as well. Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. This game caused a lot of controversy within the gaming community I'm in just because it came out to be $60, and it's obviously Skyward Sword is not as popular a Zelda game as Wind Waker or Twilight Princess, but in my defense of this game, this is the best way to play it. It's 60 FPS. You can use the traditional controller on it. I will say the motion controls, it depends on where I'm playing at. If I'm playing downstairs in the main living room area. I don't know what it is. I think it's the Joy-Cons. I get a lot of interference when I'm playing motion-based games with the Joy-Cons. But whenever I'm playing up here and on my main TV, it's a flawless experience. But again, with this game, being at 60 FPS, 1080p, and then also having the ability to play with a traditional controller, I enjoyed this game a lot, and I'm actually very excited to play through Hero Mode again at some point using this copy of the game. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity, this game is a massive disappointment. I thought they were going to treat this like a prequel to Breath of the Wild. Instead, they did like an alternative storyline sort of thing with it. It's not as good as Hyrule Warriors. There is a lot of content in this game. This game will keep you busy for hours on end if you want to 100% it, but same problem with that goes with some. Frame rate tanks a lot in this game. That's why I call it Hyrule Warriors Age of Frame Rate. So, not going to be returned to this game anytime soon, but I have it in my collection. Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition. Whenever I get to my second playthrough of Hyrule Warriors, this is the version I'm going with. It has all the DLC from both the 3DS and the Wii U versions of the games, plus some extra Breath of the Wild content in there. This is a great game. This is a lot of fan service for Legend of Zelda, and yeah, great story too for it being a Warriors game. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. This game, I'm going to say it right now, this game surpasses Breath of the Wild in every way. This is what Breath of the Wild should have been at the start. I know there's a trend of whenever a new Zelda game comes out, the previous one is looked at to be the superior and all that. No. I'm the person that's going to come to this game's defense. Gameplay-wise, this game, along with the exploration, story might be debatable, but this game does Breath of the Wild much better than Breath of the Wild did. That's not to say that Breath of the Wild is a bad game. The initial playing experience, Breath of the Wild was a much better playthrough for me, but objectively, gameplay-wise, this is the far superior game. And yeah, Tears of the Kingdom, if you don't have it, buy it for your Switch. Breath of the Wild, got this at launch with my Switch. Fantastic game. I know a lot of people have problems with the new open world style Zelda game. I am kind of tired of the open world stuff in general just because of talking about other games, but I do enjoy these two games a lot. Just hopefully the next 3D Zelda is going to add something to it, like try to traditionalize the game a little bit more. But yeah, Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom, Breath of the Wild, really good games. And this is not a Zelda game. This is actually a third-party game. Diablo 3 Eternal Edition. I don't really play Diablo, but the main reason I have this is because there's an exclusive Ganondorf armor set, so that's the reason why it's in this collection video. Gonna put everything to the side. Alright. And we're on the last stack when it comes to the game side of things. Classic series, Legend of Zelda, NES series. I don't have a custom game case for this yet, but I have the loose cartridge. And then the Japanese version of this is right here. This is Legend of Zelda for the Famicom. This is based off the cartridge version of it. And what's really cool about this is, I've showed this in the previous video, but it comes in a miniature version of what Famicom games came in back in the day. I'm not going to open it for this video, but I got this. And then Zelda 2, this is based off the Famicom Disk System version because Zelda 2 only came out on the Disk System. It did not get a cartridge version in Japan. Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask 3D. Amazing game. 100%ed it on my last playthrough during a spring break back in college about, I want to say, 6 years ago. A really awesome remake. The only thing I don't like about this version are the boss battles. They kind of made some of the boss battles weak sauce, but I can't believe I used the term weak sauce, but amazing game. 3DS games usually don't come with manuals. I don't know why I'm opening yet. Majora's Mask 3D. Ocarina of Time 3D, I had the Nintendo Selects version just because for a short time period it was kind of hard to get this game, but once it came out for Nintendo Selects, prices went down on it. Amazing remake of Ocarina of Time. Like, I love having the gyro controllers to aim my bow and arrow and my slingshot. Again, Ocarina of Time's an amazing game. I kind of wish they took this game and ported it over to Switch. Same with Majora's Mask. I know we're kind of getting a lot of remasters on Switch lately just because we're waiting for the new system to come out, but I would love to see these versions of the game make it over to a modern day platform. Hyrule Warriors Legends right here. I just stuck with the Wii version. I did pick this up when it was used, so Hyrule Warriors Legends. At this point, just played the Switch version. Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. I have not done a single player playthrough of this game. This is actually the cheapest game I have in my collection. This was like below $10 that I got it. So I played the multiplayer experience at an E3 event for Smash Brothers for Wii U a long time ago, back when I was still in high school. And the multiplayer experience for this game is a lot of fun. However, when the game came out, didn't really have people to play this game with. That's why I haven't really played through this game yet, just because single player wise, it's not the most interesting Zelda game. So eventually I am going to go through the single player, but this is a game where you definitely want to have friends to play it with. Legend of Zelda: A Link Between Worlds. I have right here on my shirt. Back in 2014 when I went to New York, I went to the Nintendo World Store. This is actually a Nintendo World Store exclusive shirt right here. This right here is my favorite 2D Zelda game. I love A Link Between Worlds. This is another game I kind of wish that got ported, but I would gladly pick up my 3DS again to play through this game. This is an awesome game. I love the item rental system, going through low roll and high roll, like taking that Link to the Past formula and just amplifying it with the wall merging ability. I love this game so much. I actually do need to do another playthrough of this game at some point. Next, right here, is Legend of Zelda Phantom Hourglass. This is my least favorite game in the series, mainly just because I don't like the touchscreen controls. Eventually, I am going to go back to play it, but not my favorite game. Spirit Tracks, I have not played this game. This is the only game I have not played in the Zelda collection, just because I didn't like this game. But I do want to give this game a fair shot just because of the train system and the music in this game. Soundtrack's awesome in Spirit Tracks, so definitely want to go through that. Minish Cap, I finally have a physical copy of Minish Cap. Got it in the custom game cases right here. Really good 2D Zelda game. I actually do want to do a complete playthrough. I don't know if I'm going to do this on the Game Boy player or my GameCube, or if I'm going to play it on Nintendo Switch Online. I might play it on Switch Online just because it's there. That way I can preserve the cartridge as much as possible. Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And then somewhere around here, Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening and Link's Awakening DX. I have both versions of these. Obviously, this one's the better version just because it came with the additional color dungeon, which is also in the remake. So anytime I want to go back to the original, I have both of these games right here. And they're also available on the Nintendo Switch Online app as well. Legend of Zelda Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages. I'm still in the middle of my playthrough of Oracle of Seasons. I haven't gotten back to this game. I almost kind of want to restart the game using the Switch Online app, but then again, I'm in the middle of this game on a cartridge. I'm afraid of these cartridges losing battery, but at the same time, I bought these games to play them, so definitely going to go through this game again. And then I actually used to own this game back in the day. I know this one's more action-oriented and this one's more puzzle-based in terms of both the games, but at the end of each game, you can link them together and fight the final boss. So yeah, do want to go through both of these games at some point. Zelda 2 NES Classic Edition. I had the custom game case for this. And then last but not least, on the game side of stuff, Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past plus 4 Swords. Again, in the custom game case, and it's falling out right here. I initially got this, this and Zelda 2, I initially got as a Christmas gift from my grandmother that beat Ocarina of Time. And this is my introductory to A Link to the Past. And A Link to the Past is an amazing game, far better than Zelda 2. This game is hard as shit. This game is awesome. The only annoying thing about this version is every time you swing your sword, it's young Link's sound. That's why I prefer the Super Nintendo version of A Link to the Past. But otherwise, amazing birthday gift. Or amazing Christmas gift, excuse me, not birthday gift. Alright, we're done through all the game stuff. Now we're just kind of going into the figures and board games and all that stuff. So hopefully none of this stuff is going to fall. Okay. Legend of Zelda Yahtzee. I got this on sale at Half Price Books. I haven't really opened it up and played it. Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, Ganondorf, and Princess Zelda Amiibo. I got both of them in the box. All my other Amiibos are outside of the box just because of storage reasons and to use them in certain games, but I have these two in the box still. Legend of Zelda Dark Horse Link figure from Skyward Sword. Again, I don't really collect a lot of the Zelda figures. There's a ton of cool ones that PNP I think are making, or First 4 Figures that are making, but this is the only one I have outside the Majora's Mask one. Ganondorf Wind Waker action figure. Again, when Toys R Us was going out of business, I got this one for really cheap. Same with Princess Zelda from Ocarina of Time. There was actually a Ocarina of Time accessory that came with this, but I don't know where it's at. Zelda Christmas ornament I got from family one year. Legend of Zelda watch I think I got on sale somewhere. Link Perler bead that I made not too long ago. Duplicate Zelda Uno set. This is where I'm kind of rushing through everything else because my voice is getting tired. Legend of Zelda Monopoly set, Collector's Edition. We played this about twice, me and my family. I actually found a Zelda chess set for like $100 at a local game store, but I decided not to buy it just because I can't justify myself paying $100 on a chess set, especially, even though it's Zelda. I just don't play chess like that too much. I'll throw the amiibos off this one. Still sealed on the box, Legend of Zelda Clue. The cool thing about this version of Clue is it's not about solving a murder, but it's about who's going to go fight Ganondorf. And this is based off Ocarina of Time, so you have Link, Impa, Nabooru, Zelda, Rauru, and Darunia. And then the weapons that you have are the Master Sword, the Fairy Bow, the Megaton Hammer, Boomerang, Hookshot, Bombchu. Everything about this is based off Ocarina of Time. Really cool to have. And then the rest of the amiibo. Ganondorf Smash Brothers Edition. Breath of the Wild Bokoblin. Bokoblin, excuse me. Wind Waker Edition. Toon Link. Smash Brothers Link. This I actually got at the launch of Smash for Wii U. Skyward Sword Link. Twilight Princess Link. Young Link Smash Brothers Edition. Ocarina of Time Link. NES Link. Link's Awakening Link. Smash Brothers Edition Toon Link. Majora's Mask Link. Link Archer from Breath of the Wild. Link Horseback Rider from Breath of the Wild. Link from Tears of the Kingdom. Wolf Link and Midna from Twilight Princess. The Guardian from Breath of the Wild. Urbosa from Breath of the Wild. Daruk from Breath of the Wild. Rivali from Breath of the Wild. Mipha from Breath of the Wild. Zelda from Breath of the Wild. Sheik from Smash Brothers. Zelda from Smash Brothers. Toon Zelda from Wind Waker. And lastly, Zelda and Loftwing from Skyward Sword. Cool thing about this amiibo is it came out to be $20, but I got this at clearance at GameStop for $10. But with the $5 off coupon, I only spent $5 on this amiibo. So outside those, I have every single Zelda amiibo. Every single Legend of Zelda amiibo. I actually bought most of that stuff I bought before Tears of the Kingdom came out. So that was kind of like the biggest edition of the Zelda collection, was buying every single amiibo from Zelda. On top of that, from a store called Box Lunch, I got these little Japanese figures. So this is Triforce of the Gods 2, aka A Link Between Worlds Link right here. And then I also have the Twilight Princess HD Link right here. There's other like variations of the figures. Like there's one from Majora's Mask 3D, and I saw one online from Zelda on NES. I don't know where the other figures are. I just bought these because I found them in the store at Box Lunch. So these are the only two that I have. I keep them in the box, other than the amiibo. And then we got Wind Waker water bottle. I don't really use this water bottle too often because there's better water bottles. But this is really cool because it kind of goes through the backstory from the opening of Wind Waker, and I almost tripped over my table. Next up, last but not least, we have more books. Legend of Zelda Hyrule Historia. The first day that this came out, I read through the entire thing. I actually didn't have a physical copy again for this for a longest time just because the digital copy was on Wii U, but found it again at half-price books for a really good price. So Hyrule Historia. And then we have Arts and Artifacts. And then last but not least, have the official Zelda Encyclopedia. These are all from Dark Horse Comics. I think the only one I haven't really 100% gone through yet is the Encyclopedia, just because it's a lot of content in here. But all three of these are really cool, just because this had basically the official Nintendo timeline on it. Although the Zelda timeline doesn't really mean too much nowadays, but it's still a cool read to kind of go through. And there's a lot of other like behind the scenes stuff with these as well. The Zelda Encyclopedia has like a ton of promotional art. It has like character relations with Link and all the other games, and there's a lot of really cool stuff in here. Oddly enough, the Philips CDI versions of the Zelda games are not mentioned in here. And then Arts and Artifacts, just concept art from all the games. These are the Triforce when it comes to Zelda research, in my opinion. All three of those books, I think any Zelda fan should have, just to kind of have as reference material. And right here, I got, as a Christmas gift, the unofficial Legend of Zelda cookbook. Tons of recipes in here. I actually made the hot butter apples from Breath of the Wild in here, just because it was an easy recipe to follow. Most of these are based off Zelda Breath of the Wild, but the very last few recipes in the book come from like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker, so really cool thing to have. I kind of wish Nintendo did an official version of it. This Strikeforce Heroes official Prima Guide. A lot of the hardcover Zelda strategy guides kind of go for a lot of money nowadays. I actually bought this at half-price books back a couple years ago for $8. I don't know what it goes for now. It's Strikeforce Heroes. I'm sure this is the one that's not that valuable. And then around the time that Tears of the Kingdom came out, the pre-order for the hardcover edition of Tears of the Kingdom's strategy guide, this was going for like $50 or something like that, but I got pre-ordered this on Amazon for half that price. I got this for like $25, and amazing artwork. This thing looks beautiful. I love that it's just like so minimalistic on the front. It's just a really cool hardbound book, and yeah, it's a complete guide for Tears of the Kingdom. All the other Zelda strategy guides, if I can find them, I'll get them for a reasonable price, but I'm not really too worried about trying to get every single hardcover of those books because those are kind of expensive. So yeah, that is the complete Legend of Zelda collection from me for 2014. The only two items that I really kind of want to get for the collection are the Famicom cartridge for Zelda 1 and the Super Famicom copy of Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past. I have the 3 Tingle spin-off games coming in the mail. They're all the Japanese copies. The only one that I would want that's nearly impossible to get just because of the financial reasons behind it are the 3 Zelda CDI games. I can't justify the prices to buy those games, although I would love to own them just to add more to the collection. I can't afford those 3 games, so those are just going to have to be off the list unless I come across a really good deal on them. But yeah, that's basically my complete Zelda collection. I hope you all enjoyed it. That's everything falling over in the background, so hopefully nothing broke. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I don't know how often I'm going to update this collection, because again, I'm pretty satisfied with everything that I have here. There's no reason to like add certain things like the Japanese games to the collection, but if I come across any other things, I'll probably do like small little update videos either as shorts or throughout other means. But yeah, this is everything, guys. Let me know what you have in your Zelda collection. Do you like this? Do you have other suggestions on how you want to see things? And also, what future videos do you want to see? One of my previous videos that I did was a 7-year retrospective on the Switch. That was a big film project, passion project for me. Let me know if there's anything else you want to see out there. This is Melodic Punk signing off, and I'll see you all later.